2 years ago, when we discovered Sean Baker on this podcast, Red Rocket, Florida Project, two films I watched within a couple weeks apart. I praised and called Sean Baker, one of the preeminent voices in modern American filmmaking. Since then, and recently, he has won, I believe, 4 Oscars for producing, directing, editing, and screenwriting, or scripting Anora, this year's 2025, 2024, 2025 Best Picture. This is a milestone for this podcast because we have yet to do anything about the Oscars, anything about the Academy. This is the quickest presentation of Best Picture and discussion we've had. We're dropping an episode right here, right now, to talk about this movie. And there's pros and cons. So let's go.
Quiet on the set.
Camera speed.
Sound production, take 1.
Action!
Wow. You new here? Guys, I'm looking at, as I'm talking to you, I'm looking at some of these analytics. And I am flattered. But we need some reviews. We need some conversation around these podcast platforms. We need some stars. We need some written reviews. So if you guys have the time, if you're familiar with the show, AKAPAD, the Film Buff Podcast, and thank you so much for joining me. You can help us grow. That's what she said. And guess what? Your involvement, your comments, your reviews are free. And that is the best thing you guys can do for this show. I'm Peter A. DeLuca, the Film Buff, your obsessive film freak. Coming to you from Philadelphia, PA, Center City, not far from City Hall. If you guys seen anything about the Eagle, I don't know why they call it anything but a riot. Eagles win, people riot. And you see all the pictures of City Hall. That is essentially my backyard. That is my neighborhood. Sean Baker. Absolute genius. Now, I'm looking at his filmography right now. I still have to do an episode on the 2015 iPhone movie, Tangerine. And 3 years prior to that, he did a movie called Starlet. He's also done Prince of Broadway, another movie called Takeout, and another movie called 4-Letter Word, starting in 2000. So he's been on a 24-year-long journey. And a lot of people want to act like he's an overnight success. Which, yeah, we can argue that. His 2 most recent films outside of this, were reviewed off of Pornhub's podcast. He was a guest on with Asa Akira. And she spoke with him because Red Rocket essentially is a commentary on the porn industry. Sean Baker has a way to tap into adult entertainment. Now, I assume Starlet is very similar to this movie. To where he just seems to wire himself into how a stripper would speak or how a stripper would act. We see this in Red Rocket. We see degenerate families in Florida Project, and I'm being cruel when I label those families portrayed in that movie as degenerate, but in 2017, and keep in mind, AKAPAD, Florida Project has William Dafoe. And any movie that he's in, you follow him. In Tangerine, again, the walk and the attitude of the actors. He taps into things. And even with Florida Project, he tapped into these children and a way to portray desperate children that had no chance in life, children that didn't understand the things happening around them. He does that for this movie. The life of a stripper. And yeah, they call her other names in this movie, things I don't rather not say when talking about this movie. you feel the angst, you feel the hurt, you feel the pain. And there were a lot of times I'm watching Anora, aka Patters, and having flashbacks. Because I feel like I've been in moments and situations where things felt like they were about to happen, and people are completely unhinged, unfocused, and they have left the reservation, and it's nothing but the heat and the power and the white fury of the moment. Anora portrays this on a Woody Allen level. A lot of times, the Woody Allen argument banter is so abstract it's true, and Sean Baker, he turns that coin. See, it's so true, it's abstract, which makes it great. Now, as much praise as much love as I have for this movie, and I only checked the time that was running in this movie, how much time was left, because I trust Sean Baker. I trust that he has an ending for me, something for me to take away, as he did with Red Rocket, as he did with Tangerine, as he did with Florida Project. The ending of Florida Project, I cannot see anything when it comes to the Disney parks without thinking about that movie. And hopefully you'll watch it to know what I'm talking about. So I stuck with Sean with this. And sometimes I feel like I'm speaking directly to these filmmakers. And he gives me a moment at the end of this film that I fully understand what happened. And it's nothing tragic. This is a emotional moment. This is a character releasing themselves into the world. But we kind of know that some of the demons are exorcised, and Anora, in this case, will be okay. With that high level praise, I have to say, this is not a best picture. This is a movie I love. This is a movie I would recommend. This is a movie I would rewatch. I love the way it's shot. It's confusing to me how he won for editing, because to me editing would go to here or the Brutalist. And to extend the Brutalist, that is our clear best picture of the year. So far, it's not even close. I think it's closer for Here and Brutalist rather than Anora and Brutalist. This is a great movie, but it's not a best picture. This is the fourth fantastic movie Sean Baker has made in a row. But we're going to go back. I'm going to try and track down Starlet when I'm done with you guys, and hopefully I can bring you that one soon. Now, around, if you scroll through the feed, you'll have to go a little bit down. That's what she said. Around the time of Red Rocket, I also discussed a movie called Pleasure that I recommend you watch as well. I believe Pleasure and Starlet are somewhat complementary films. Yes, both deal. I mean, I'm not sure what Starlet deals with. I assume it's about the adult industry. With that said, Sean Baker taps into that voice. Some writer-directors tap into drunks. Some of them tap into drug addicts. He has the voice of the adult entertainment industry, and we're better for it because the mindsets of these individuals, it's fascinating, and he reveals that he shows us what that mindset could be, and it's a scary thing. It's somewhat of a social service. We say on this podcast, we repeat one of the greatest critics of all time. I'm not sure which of the two said this, Siskel or Ebert. But they often discuss that the best films are education, or the best moments in films are the moments that are teaching moments in films, to teach the audience, because the film has held the audience hostage for whatever length it is or it has. Sean Baker gives us teaching moments, and there's a lot of that in Anora. Alright, guys. I wish I would. I wish I saw the light while watching this because I know a lot of people enjoyed this movie, but it's not Best Picture. It is one incredible movie. It's one fantastic movie, masterful movie. Not, I don't know if I would quite call it a masterpiece, but Sean Baker, can't wait to see. He has an upcoming movie. I don't know when it's dropping. It's called Left-Handed Girl. Can't wait to see it.
Okay, that's a wrap.